and I will move it.
Right. Well, I can't see it, so you're good. So I'm sure
Yeah.
nobody else can see it. You can like hide your mess, which is what
The
I
other
do.
thing is you
Oh yeah.
cannot see my very beautiful wall, which is right behind this monitor. Only I get to see it, but I stare at this wall all day long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's
Do you have art on it, or do you have like a mural?
if I could
You
no,
got to
so
take a
it's
picture of it one day.
I will try and take a picture of it. It's a complementary color for this wall.
Oh, okay.
So it's a feature wall, I guess, but it's got some wooden shelves on it as well, which is pretty sweet.
Oh,
Just
sweet.
no one can see it. And there was a plant that very, very nearly died. It was like brown and gone, and now it's crazy big. So I've not drowned it, and I've not it's not died a death.
Well, that's awesome.
Shall we do our intros?
Intros. Yes,
Hey,
yes.
good afternoon, good evening, or good morning
Good
to everyone
morning.
who's tuned in. We've got one on Twitch and we've got one on YouTube at the moment, which is quite nice. We were just
Sweet.
chatting to wait for people to come along, and so everyone doesn't miss our sort of pre-flight checks, as it were. Oh, I've got some
Absolutely.
pre-flight checks, which are I've got some echoes from Kaya.
You have echo? Like,
Yeah,
are you getting echoes from me? Really?
I think
Hold on
so.
now.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is weird. Let me check my audio. I've got you on the. Okay, hold on. Audio settings. Okay, how about now?
That's really clear.
Okay, sweet.
It's better. Yeah, I can just about hear me in the background, but it'll go away in a minute. It's fine. So we are doing our Hackathon AMA. So if you've got any questions in the chat, which has already appeared.
Yep.
Of course, it's
Ask us
QBRD.
everything.
Good morning, QBRD.
Oh, our favorite. Hi,
It's definitely our
QBRD.
favorite tuner in it. Let me see if I can. I know what's the problem going to be in a second, because someone thankfully mentioned. We've had some dirty dogs on the stream, and they've been so emoji.
Oh, the people, the trolls, the stream trolls.
We've had some stream trolls who've been turning up to our stream. So I turned emoji mode on between streams, which is fun. Which is why we've got a lovely wall of emoji from QBRD. Let's get some popcorn.
Oh, sweet. Not a stream. Zarima, hello. Thank you for
Jason.
not being a stream troll.
I mean, he is definitely a troll.
Zarima, that's sous chef
Jason.
guy.
It's Jason.
Yeah. Hi, Jason.
It comes with the territory, right? It comes with the territory. And so if you haven't already entered, I've dropped the link down the bottom. I can also drop a link in the chat.
Enter. I don't know if you all. Oh, so whoever missed the kickoff, Chef and Progress have like really stepped up to the plate for this one.
It's the prizes are pretty cool. So let me just go and in fact, I'm going to go and get that link I just sent everyone else. Come on, load. My enter's been a bit weird at the minute. Oh
yeah, what's like the first prize is like 15 grand. That link for
yeah, it just 404 for me as well. It didn't 404 the other day. Let me just go and change that.
Oops. Okay, so resources. That's what you're trying to get to, right?
The chef hackathon. Either way, I'll change that.
That is weird. It's the same link.
That'll work. Hackathon.devpost.com. That's really weird, but that'll work anyway, and that will give you details. So
Boom.
I guess the TLDR is 15 grand in first prizes, and there's some
Yep.
extra add-ons with that. And there's 10 grand for second prize. Third prize is 5k, and then we've got a best implementation, which is an iPad Pro. Got 2 of those prizes to hand out, and in most promising ideas, we've got 4 of those to hand out, which means we've got 4 PS5s to hand out. I don't know how we found 4 PS5s.
I know. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how did you like? People are, there's like fight to the death to get those things. So.
And everyone who submits will get a submitted swag pack. Which do you know the details of the submitted swag pack?
From what I know, it's like a T-shirt, some stickers. But let me double check. Hold on. Yeah, I think it is just stickers and T-shirts. Because rules overview.
Is the swag pack 1 per team or 1 per member?
I think it's 1 per member.
Yeah.
But hold on, it doesn't have it listed on DevPost. That's a good. I think I have it here in my kickoff slides.
Oh, we've jumped up in participants, which is pretty cool. I think the last time I looked this morning, we had 68 people. We've just had another 8 people join, which is nice. I assume everyone's just seen the prizes and we're like, right, we're going to get some crazy ideas.
We're going to try it out. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I've already heard a sneak peek of one idea, which I think is super cool. But I'm waiting with bated breath to hear the rest of the ideas out there. So if everyone's got ideas, they want to share, they want to get feedback on, these are the sessions to get them in as well. We can guide you in the right direction so we get some cool submissions, because at the end of the day, what we want to see is people having fun, creating cool content, and just hopefully somebody winning the prize, which is that's going to be really fun to hand that prize out at the end of October.
It is.
So the deadline is 25th of October. If everyone hasn't seen that, that is 5 p.m. EDT. What does that mean in English language? EDT to BST, because
Eastern Daylight Time.
Oh, it's EDT, which is
same thing. It's just Eastern Standard and Eastern Daylight.
Eastern. 5 p.m. Wow.
Zarima, I've got an answer to your question. T-shirts for the team, stickers, and the Badger badge. That's what the swag pack is. And I hear people go kind of crazy about those badges. So
yeah, we get a lot of questions about those badges almost daily. Okay, I haven't got a badge. I need a badger badge.
Right.
Yes. So
everyone needs more. You're right, QVRD.
Yeah, you're both right. We both need more chef swag sending our way. I've worn out my chef t-shirts at this point, so I need some more.
I don't have any chef t-shirts yet.
I need to fix that.
I need to go and enter into something.
Yeah.
Enter into something. I could, because I'm still new to the thick of it. I mean, so everyone from an engineering background, I come from a software development background, and my axe was really C#, .NET, some JavaScript, whatever. But yeah, I've done light DevOps. I came in here, I was like, yeah, I know DevOps. I mean,
yeah, DevOps light. I like it.
Right. I was super confident because I had been and I've deployed some applications in the past, but it has never been to the point where you guys are. So, but this is for newbies. Is, I mean, the actual hackathon is to kind of get new people into DevOps. So I think that's pretty awesome. but I can't join them. I would love to and try to win that money or even those
Yeah.
prizes. Like, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. So we've got like some really interesting prizes, but you might not have done DevOps before. Where do you start?
Where do you even start?
So I will probably go and grab some resources in a second for where to start. Probably like what is Habitat, which we went over last week. What
Yes.
is Chef Infra Client, and what is Inspect. So Inspect is my favorite tool out of a lot. It's my go-to tool for so many things. Like how do you pick one of those things, and how do you pick one of those tools, like the tool stack, and then do something with it, which is really, really cool. So maybe we can answer that. And before I do that, I'm gonna waste some time and actually answer. So waste some time. I'm going to stall for a second and answer someone else's question, which was on the Chef community Slack. And if you're not on the community Slack, you should go and do that right now.
Yes, go
to
there. Community Slack.
Go there. Do that. Do this. You so there's no team size limits at all. Everybody you enter as a team. You have a single representative on that team. If you are let's say 30 people, you'll just end it with 30 people sharing that 15 grand, which is always nice.
Yeah, I mean that still works, but you still have 6 weeks. You got to think about that too. Well,
Yeah,
I guess 5 at this point, but that's plenty of time, don't you think? To put a small team of, if you want to put 30 people in there, cool, but you got to think about the fact that you got to split all that money, even if
yeah, what are you going to spend the money on? I think this should be a question we ask as you're submitting. What are you going to spend the money on? The cooler
right.
the thing, the more likely you're going to do it. So
QBRD says I need to go to a chef con so I could get a chef T-shirt. But it's crazy. I spoke at one before I actually went to one. How do you split a PS5? That's a great question. Oh, Dan.
with an axe.
With an axe.
Definitely with an axe.
You gotta have a timeshare agreement on the doggone PS5.
It's true.
Yeah.
So we've got Chef Automate, we've got Desktop. So that's kind of like paper content, which is probably you don't want to do that. Habitat, which is our application delivery tool. I will come back to that in a second. Infra clients, if you're automating like server deployments, that kind of stuff, or any of the tools included with like the infra client family. So we're talking about things like Knife and Ohio and those kinds of things. Then that could be pretty cool. Or something like CookStyle, which is one of the tools we bundle with it, or Test Kitchens. Like do something interesting with maybe Test Kitchen. It's one of our tools. Infra server probably isn't a thing you can automate with. That's where we store our artifacts. Inspec is our what we're going to call it. It's our policies code, I guess, is the right thing to say there. So it's written in Ruby. If you haven't written any Inspec before, pop it in the. I don't know if Test Kitchen is in scope, Zarima. I will go and double check that. It might be, it might not be. We can find out in a second. In fact, Benny's off today, so it's open source. Okay. It's probably not in scope, which is a bit of a shame because I was talking to Zarima the other day, and we were like, "Oh, we'd love to add this extra feature to Test Kitchen." Because there's some tagging we'd love to add to it, which is pretty sweet. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning. Well, okay, so I have a question. Is Test Kitchen a part of another Chef product, or like technically, is it maybe a part of?
No, so it's its own organization on GitHub. It's kind of a spin out. Chef created it as part of an open source project which is completely disconnected from Chef, so anyone could come and use it. So it automates the sort of application testing life cycle, but you can use it with Terraform and Puppet and all these other things. And at the end of it uses you can switch in and out verifiers, which is nice. It's not technically owned by Chef. You're correct, but it's maintained by Chef. So there is some spare time we send towards it. We are trying to get So we're actually trying to get some developers on there as well, which is quite nice because Test Kitchen is our baby as a company. So we're more likely like giving back to the community at that point, really. So it's yes, there's going to be some resource dedicated to it at some point. Fingers crossed if we can get our way.
Cool.
But it's not technically a Chef product, so
Okay.
it's in a really weird grey area. So we'll probably just forget I said that, I guess, is the answer there.
So yeah, let's get some clarification on that. We'll put it in the hackathon channel once we get actual clarification.
So I think the TLDR is Inspec, InfraClient, and Habitat. And you can give us a rundown on Habitat, can't you?
Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So we have like next week we start our getting started with Chef pieces. So tune in. It's going to be on Tuesday. So first, what's the first one? Hold on, it's on Dev Post, if I am not mistaken. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. Next week we do meet your mentor. So we're gonna have our mentors come through, and we're going to introduce them and their specialties, and have chat a little bit, and then I don't think we're gonna have like assigned mentors or anything. I think we're just gonna have them in the channel. But then the following week we start with our getting started with, and that's gonna be you, Dan. It's gonna be getting started with infra.
Oh, I got you some work. No, I'm out. Done. Sorry, no. I'm leaving.
No, you have to do that one in your sleep, bro. And then we'll do inspect. And
yeah,
we'll
I can do it. I can do it.
We'll follow it all up with. Okay, cool.
So I don't think, I mean, we are hiring for that inspect post at the minute, but the inspect person will not be on. I don't think we'll have hired the inspect person yet.
Yeah, we haven't yet. Fortunately, but luckily you've got that in your brain as well.
Yes.
But if you know anybody
being trolled hard in the background by Jason at the moment, Zuma.
We're hiring.
And he was asking, is it a valid submission to get Chef to pass its pipeline? Pipeline only breaks when external dependencies break. So it's a nasty, like trying to build Chef, which is like the Chef infra client, is a nasty problem actually. I was how can this be? And then then you start looking at the problems, and you're like, nope, big nope. I'm out. And like the number of platforms it's tested on is pretty gnarly in fact, which is quite funny. But yeah, it's I think PR's the Chef. I guess what we're really looking for, rather than just saying nope to everything, is kind of a solution to a problem. So if you've got a bit of automation that kind of solves a problem, so let's say you've got some cookbook. I'm going to use this as an example because I've seen 2 talks on this recently. Let's say you want to deliver cookbooks to that would be very nice. In fact, no, we don't get new GUIs for supermarkets. If you wanted to have a pipeline, automated pipeline for uploading things to internal and external Chef supermarket, having an automated solution to this and having a pre-packaged solution, that would be really, really cool. That'd be a mad thing to do. So yeah. Yes, QBRD. Yeah, supermarket is definitely still a thing.
Definitely.
I mean, I say it's definitely
QBRD. Even I know that.
I mean, when was last time? When did I upload to Chef today? Yeah, I released Node.js 9 today to supermarket, which is quite nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I say I released it. The bot released it. It did all the map work for me.
Oh, that's right. You got the bot.
The bot is the boss. The bot. Yeah, it was definitely the automation that did it for me. I mean, like I just clicked the merge button. The rest of it was done by the automation, which is always nice.
Sweet.
But that's the kind of thing we're looking for, really. There's a lot of manual intervention there. There's lots of places to drop the ball. There's a really reasonably standard way of uploading things and doing change logs and figuring metadata out. There's a pretty standard problems, and there's usually a bit of automation you can do with that. So that's actually one really good example. Although I think we've only had 2 talks on that, so I'd like to see some mad different solutions. And if you've got any, you need some questions answering, that's when we get the mentors in, and they can direct you into trying to get you the best solutions out there, or getting the best responses to the hackathon, because we want to see some pretty cool stuff out there. Does anyone have any questions apart from trolling me? In fact, well, actually, I'm happy to take some more trolls. It's all good.
Yeah, take them on. I have, so someone came to me with this idea, and I kind of want to know if this is something that kind of fits. I think it does. But I want your opinion.
Okay.
What about a pipeline, or a pipeline that allows a developer or development shop to donate to, it automates the process of donating on every push to prod or something like that, to a charity of your choice, and that just happens.
So if you could use one of our tools to do that. So, yeah, totally. The thing with that is we need to use one of our tools to do it. So in the pipeline, we need to use something like, so if the application, you could spin it round to totally do this. So if, let's say, as part of the pipeline, you had a Habitat application listening for webhooks from GitHub or from GitLab, and it would then respond and do something with those and say, hey, are you merging to mainline? And go off and do something there. So you could just have a normal JavaScript app written. Let's say Probot is one of those things. You could package Probot, which is GitHub's what do you call it? It's their GitHub app, basically. It's one of their pre-built GitHub apps. So it's a framework which is really nice. You can use that and then package that up into a Habitat binary, and you can just have it running, and that does all the work. So if you have that, and then you have that running on Habitat, I think that'll be a pretty cool way of doing using Habitat there.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Okay.
because what you're looking for there is doing an action. So let me work through my. Does it have to use chef tools, or can I use them incorrectly time and time again? I mean, you can continue using things wrong, Jason. Yes.
Yeah.
So the thinking there was, you've got an application that does something on a pull request, or an action that happens in relation to an action of GitHub. So you want to trigger an event. So the best thing there, from what I know anyway, from what I've been playing with personally, is a GitHub app, and they're quite nice to use. And Probot is one of those frameworks. So great, Probot, that's fine. So that's a JavaScript app. Well, how are you going to get that JavaScript app running? Well, you need to run it in something like Kubernetes, or Console, or Docker Compose, or and Habitat, because Habitat can go and run that JavaScript binary for us. So you go off and build that, and then get Habitat to run that, and then get the. Let's say you want to push out more builds on a regular basis. How do you get? You could say, oh well, instead of breaking the build pipeline or breaking the process of merging and donating, you can say Habitat, like minimum number of replicas, that kind of stuff. You can do all that kind of stuff with Habitat, which is quite nice.
That is true, and that could probably be a part of the configuration, like a part of that heart file where you, or not, no, the part of your plan.sh where you send your donation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That'd be pretty interesting. Yeah. So that's
it can work.
So there are ways of doing it. So if it's just an app and you're not thinking about infrastructure at all, and you're not thinking about so Habitat's really good for packaging your application. And if you're just thinking about that, then and you're just thinking about apps in general, then Habitat's probably your solution you want to go towards, or go towards my microphone apparently. Smack the microphone. And then if you want to go towards, let's say, verifying and validating and testing, you want to go look at an inspec kind of area, and these might be merged as well. So you might have a solution that uses more than one of these tools, or let's say you've got something that you use an API, and let's say I'm trying to think of one that Chef for Client would do. I can't think of one off the top of my head now. No, I've been put on the spot by myself. So if you've got another idea, I will. I'll have a. I'll give you some feedback on those. But I think the answer is probably going to be you'll probably think of something that I wouldn't have ever thought about. Oh, GG, Rish. Why would you?
So, I guess the big picture is it can be like between so automate for good encompasses all good. It could be good for DevOps in general, or it could just be good for humankind.
And the second one is probably my preferred.
Yeah.
Okay, if we see like that donation bot, like that would be pretty sweet. Like
that would be.
Like I don't know. Like, the donation bot figures out who you are based on if you've got Twitter, and then like donates based on like the number of Twitter followers you've got. That'd be weird. Or the number of GitHub stars your personal profile's got. That'd be terrifying. Everyone suddenly starts following me as I'm donating all the money in the world.
Right.
But that would be pretty cool. Or there's a pot that you can automate. So Jason Zoromo just said we can rewrite this as standard files thing we have in sous chefs, which you've got a large number of repos, and you'll have the same, let's say, 50 files, and they don't really do anything useful, but they're needed there for, so they're useful. So your test kitchen, you want your test kitchen files the same everywhere, or your git ignores the same everywhere, or your testing.md. So you want people to follow the same links everywhere. That's a standard files thing, hence they're called standard files. You could use the Chef client to somehow change and create a GitHub repository, a Git repository, and commit that as part of the Info client run. That would be an interesting use of Info client, which I've definitely seen before, actually. So there's a solo repository kind of like Chef Info client acting on a local.
Use it wrong.
Yeah, use it wrong. I mean, like it's a use, and you've got Info client in there. You've got one of the tools in there. I mean, who's to say it's wrong? I don't really care. I really don't care at this point. Like, there's some interesting.
Does it work?
If it works and it doesn't like break the world, then why not?
Then why not? Yeah. I want to reiterate something because we touched on it earlier, but I had someone DM me on community Slack. There's no limit to the amount of team members on a team. There just needs to be one representative for the submission process. So, yeah, pile them on. Okay, Zarima, thanks for joining. We've got more viewers than we've had in like a long time.
Yeah, it's because everyone wants the money, right?
Right? Money is a motivator.
Oh yeah, definitely. So here we got 5 on Twitch. I'm intrigued. So we were streaming on Twitch for a really long time. We had like 2 or 3 viewers. That's good. What we didn't have YouTube added. And the week we added YouTube, we doubled our subscribers or our viewers, which is really, really interesting to see the splits of people.
Right.
I mean, no one's exposing themselves today. Exposure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the back end of the Chef Conf is really, really nice.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so I think hopefully we've had enough props from Chef Conf to see we've got some really nice content out there. I mean, this is one of our odd streams, and if you've got some really cool streamers idea, I've had some interesting, well, kind of like non-tech related ideas actually. So we're probably going to go and play some Among Us at some point, and then chat there with some of the product teams. And then whilst we're pretending not to be the murderer, we're going to talk about, I know, client or releases and that kind of stuff. But we're also just going to play Among Us at the same time, because life is too short not to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be awesome because
Garctic. Let's have a quick look what this is.
There's a Garctic. What's that?
Let me just have a quick look. Oh no, but we'll find it now. Oh, we could do this. Yeah, so it's a drawing game. In fact, you know what? I wonder if we could do this now. Let's try this.
Oh, yeah. I like it. I like it.
And we could probably exit out this. Yes, it's some weird. Fact. Let me see.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see if I can log in now.
So, like, when we don't have stream ideas.
Great.
I wonder if you can use it with Restream.
I'm going to create a theme. No. Let's just do.
Oops. I don't know. I don't know what that.
Let's do foods. And you know what? Whilst we're waiting, more people.
Yeah, ask us questions. I know you have questions out there. Feel free to put them in the chat and or in community Slack.
And in the meantime, I'm going to share this. Let's just see. Oh, there we go. Foods. Let's just share this a second.
Oh, sweet. Okay, wait.
And then
why is it telling me? Sorry. I can't.
There we go. I'm going to wait for someone else to join, and then we'll join in.
I will join. Can you like DM me that? Because if I'm trying to like click this link, all the others just put it on the.
Yep. Let me just go grab it. You don't want to view it. Do you want the other link?
Yes. Thank you.
Hang on. Where's the?
Wait, where did you put it?
I have failed mission.
Oh, was it in private chat?
No, I'm going to private chat it on Slack. I'm just going to Slack you it now.
Oh, okay. Boom.
3. The entrance music, the entrance thing is just. I'm going to go 1995, Windows 1995 vibe. All of a sudden. Right. Then we start drawing.
Hey.
I'm just going to share. I'm going to hide my screen a second. This isn't going to work. So we're doing. I have no idea how to draw this. Yes, so if anyone's wondering what we're doing whilst I'm drawing a thing.
Is it a food?
It's a food.
Okay.
It's obviously a green food because I've drawn in green.
Broccoli tree.
That's no. I mean, that does look a lot like a broccoli.
It does. Okay, so I guess it's not supposed to be a broccoli.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. What does it look like?
Yes, Rishaba.
Oh, actually, no. Let's try that again.
Is
Actually, I'm
the
actually
Ask Me
quite
Anything
close.
session. So ask us anything.
Including what the hell am I drawing?
It's a tree. It's a whole tree, but you don't eat trees though.
It's not. It's very small.
Oh. It's supposed to be smaller? Okay.
Oh no. It's tiny.
So what was it?
It was watercress.
Even what is that?
It's like a salad. I guess is the best thing to do.
Oh, okay.
What is that salad doing?
Yes, we Gartic while people ask or waiting for people to ask questions. So we did go over a few. Since you just joined, I'll go over the answers or the questions and answers again. Basically the biggest question was how if there's a limit to the numbers of participants. And the answer to that is no. There's no limit to number of participants. It just needs to be one person that's responsible for submitting them. What else did we go over? Hold on, let me go back. Oh,
a pot or a pie we're still... is really. Oh, what is it? It's not a pot. So it's not a pan. Hang on, pot, pan, or a pie? Oh, what's it going to be?
QB already says cat. Oh, we're not sure whether Test Kitchen is in scope for this.
I'm pretty sure it's not. But so I'm going to say it's not, just out of safety reasons. Oh, what was it? So Test Kitchen, I'm pretty sure is not in scope. The tools that Test Kitchen uses under the hood, so things like Knife and Chef Info Client, any of those things really, then you're good. It's just that it's a thing that drives all the other tools, but it's a super open source. I mean, it's a semi open source or not really open source. Test Kitchen isn't really isn't super owned by Chef. It's just a community tool really. That is a Stein or a beer glass.
Beer.
That was pretty sweet. Oh, well, I'm still going with Stein on that one.
That was good.
Whoa. Yes, of course she got beer. Got it.
She said a fish tank is supposed to be food, but this is not food.
It's a drink though, right?
Yes.
Nice.
And then wait, hold on. Let me do some little things.
Are those bubbles?
4 cubes.
Cubes of ice. That's some really dodgy looking beer.
Right.
My turn next. I'm looking forward to this. How did no one get watercress from my exceptional watercress drawing?
I've never even seen watercress before, so I don't blame myself for not making it one.
Fine.
Oh man, you didn't show your screen. Now I know. Spring roll.
Boy. I haven't drawn it yet. Hang on, let's see if I can draw a spring roll. There's no way I'm drawing a spring roll. It does look like a little bit like a yeah, let's give a brownie. Yeah, it's definitely a brownie.
Totally a brownie.
Like the end is always a bit darker.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Then I don't know. I mean, it just looks like a log to me.
Ants on a
log. Let's skip it. Yes, because no one is getting spring roll.
Let's see.
I think this is Test Kitchen. Habitat. What is this?
Oh, a pepper.
Yes, you are right, Sandra. It's a pity if Test Kitchen is indeed out of scope. It's packaged as part of the Chef Workstation, and fixing TK Test Kitchen would be really, really good for the chef developer community because it's where I realize I can't spell. Yeah, let me just go and ask Sandra.
Yeah, we're gonna get some clarity on that, Sandra, because it just seems like such a huge part of like our product toolbox that why not? Well, let's get some clarity on it. Please tune in if you're not already on community Slack. Get to community Slack, please, and go into the hackathon room. In that hackathon channel, or I'm saying room, the hackathon channel, I'm gonna put an update to that answer. I'm gonna do an ad channel. Well, maybe I won't do an ad channel. I don't know, but I'm gonna question because it seems like a bummer to everybody.
There's a green leaf on top. I have no idea what that leaf is.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god. Quite clearly a cat. That is a bottle. Oh. No. Oh my god, what was it? Centipede? No.
Nobody.
Oh, the hint came up.
Well,
Oh,
what was
man.
it?
It was a shot of tequila.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay, so that was the
Oh.
line.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one, but oh shoot, no. I'm gonna delete this. I don't.
Got it.
Oh, you got it! Yay! Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
making it
yeah.
better. I'm not making it better for
Definitely a
anybody.
cat.
Totally a cat. Hey, okay.
That's
Okay,
pretty
let's
cool.
see.
You're getting points because everyone else is guessing your thing pretty nicely. So I think well, on the flip side of the Sandra's point of like it was really nice to have people submit like fixes to Test Kitchen. I think is interesting.
Yeah, I think
Oh my
we could
god.
probably like do.
There we go. So,
Dan, do you think we could like push for that, or do you think
so I
that's something that?
think it's. I don't think in my head it's the right. Yeah, go. Yeah. Thanks for looking at my
Yeah.
answers.
Okay. Are features in addition, or are feature additions or fixes to Chef tools in scope, or do you have to use Chef tools to do something? Now, I do think that improving Chef tools are in scope.
Oh, are they?
I
Let me just
think
double
that's the
check
case.
because
Let me look and see if I can find something to back me up on that.
yeah, it's a really good point. Like I did start saying that, but my obviously my sentence didn't finish.
Let's see.
I don't think improving a chef project is in.
You don't? Let me see.
So in my head, it's creating something with the chef products. Just why it says in most of the places in the rules.
It says in multiple places in the rules.
So
This time. Hmm.
that is an awesome shout out there, QBID. If everyone goes to auto host, so let me just go
What to submit?
bits.ly/auto host. No, where the I have no idea what this is.
I feel like I've seen this somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong.
I put the lime in the coconut. Tell you what, my DNS today is absolutely. There we go. What was it?
I mean, don't you?
There we go. I think we're
Like
after it.
essentially, you use a tool when you improve it. No, do you see that specifically in the rules that you can't
That's a good point.
update or
Yeah. No, it doesn't, does it?
you can't improve a current chef tool.
You know what? We'll get back to you on that one. We'll have a.
Oh, look. Okay, so project ideas. So in the resources tab,
Oh
project
yeah.
ideas for inspiration. Make chef better. On the last, I can share my screen if you like. But it says, "How do you imagine the future of Chef? A new tool, expanding the functionality in one of our current products. We'd love to see it."
Oh man, I forgot. I didn't see that. So Sandra, thank you as always. Yes,
Yeah,
you can submit
I know I
feature
saw it
requests
somewhere.
to Test Kitchen, which I'm certainly excited about because I don't know if it. So there is a. In fact, if anyone wants to steal this idea from me, you can have it. So when you're, there's usually like platform families. So if you just let's say CentOS, you've got CentOS, you've got Debian, and you've got Ubuntu and a bunch of other ones, and then you've got OpenSUSE. And let's say you want to exclude all of the Debian platforms. Well, that's 4 things you've got to do every single time. What you could really do is tag a platform family. So, like, let's say, add a tag to each of the platforms and say, like, this is a platform family equals something else. So I would really like to see the platform family idea to come into Test Kitchen. The fact that it doesn't exist is fine, but I think there's a really nice malleable way, which is tags or some sort of metadata you can add to a group or let me see if I can demonstrate it with text rather than words, because my words are failing me miserably right now. So Sandra seems to understand me, so someone's got it. Kitchen. Yeah, well, I shall do the normal kitchen. Right. So you don't want to see my whole window, you just want to see my kitchen. It's fine. So we have all of these platforms. These are CentOS-based platforms. These are Debian-based platforms. So it's actually FreeBSD, and then that's Fedora. It's actually CentOS, and then Debian ones are that. What would be really nice is to also have like a tag Red Hat, and then when you do the excludes list, so let's say excludes, and then you could do tag else, like, I don't know, tag Red Hat, something like that. Where's the Rocky Docker image? Oh, you know what? Do that as well. So someone asked, where's the Rocky Linux's Docker image, or Docker image? And I hear the one person in the audience say, what is Docker? I shall show you what Docker is now. So Docker is so Docker containers for Chef for Test Kitchen. So Docker is Test Kitchen usually brings up vagrant machines, which are full fat machines. Sometimes you just want to bring them up. Sometimes you just want to bring a small image up or a small machine up. And this is where Docker comes in. And we've got Alma Linux, because Alma Linux is awesome. And I've got to say that because my boss is on the board. And then we've got Amazon Linux 1 and 2, CentOS, all these kind of things. What we don't have, Rocky Linux. There we go. We've got the Rocky Linux 8. It's there. That happened 20 days ago. But what we might find is that maybe there's an image here that you don't have, or that maybe there's an Ubuntu version we don't have here, or there's an Oracle Linux 6, which probably shouldn't be there maybe because it's end of life. I don't know if it is actually. I'm just saying it out loud. Or you'd like to see a Fedora latest, that kind of thing. So that would be quite an interesting way of doing things. So yeah, finally, there's a bunch of improvements which we'll see coming our way, which I'm personally happy with because I actually really like some of the improvements in the community we've seen recently. There's some really cool stuff. All right, so Rish, sorry. Will the mentors be assigned according to the team size? Also, does a team have to request somewhere to get the mentors? No, we'll be assigning the mentors soon. You'll see us a mentors.
Yep.
Is it
And they're
next
going to
week?
be based on like the categories. So they'll have like categories of expertise that they um, help with. So we'll have one for habitat. We may have more than one for each category, but habitat, infra, inspect, automate,
And we probably need one
and
for the community stuff as well. So
desktop.
just general stuff, general community.
Yeah,
Like,
general
yeah.
DevOps. Yep, exactly.
In fact,
So
we do have a general DevOps track as well. So it's like doing anything generally like interesting in DevOps, then yeah, that's a category all by itself, which we might need more than one judge and mentor for, which is cool.
yep.
But
And
yeah, like,
so go ahead.
no, go on. I was just gonna talk rubbish. So go around.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say that they're gonna be available. So next week we're going to have them on the live stream. They're gonna introduce themselves and their areas of expertise, and then they're gonna be available via Slack for to answer questions. And I'm sure, like, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm sure that if you need to have some time with them, they possibly would be available, like to hop on a call or something like that. They're making themselves available for this, so they'll probably go more in depth next week about what their availability is going to be like. But yes, you'll definitely have access to these mentors throughout the process.
Yeah, so some. Yeah, so actually, now that we know that submitting PRs for Chef to get the release pipeline working, that's actually a valid pull request there. I mean, if you just submit a quick fix to Chef, that's unlikely to get you the first prize because it's not, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm saying this now, hopefully isn't the most interesting thing we're going to see. And that's
Hopefully.
what we want to see is we want to see some really interesting, innovative ideas. The tagging one is just, we just needed that. And I think that's kind of cool. If you're thinking of Test Kitchen ideas, there's the issues on Test Kitchen. There's a host of gnarly ideas on Test Kitchen. Let's see if I can find labels.
So wait, did we decide, like, was the answer to the question about improving current chef products, did that like automatically make
I
Test
think
Kitchen okay?
that includes Test Kitchen because so that should include Test Kitchen. I will clarify that even more with the internal team, but I'm pretty sure. Like now we've seen that, I'm 90% sure it should be in scope. But
cool.
I'm gonna take that with everyone should take that with a pinch of salt. I'm just gonna we'll double check that. Let me just see if I've got some improvements. In fact, so what you really want is this link here, the Test Kitchen. So multi-node support for Test Kitchen. There is some really cool stuff on here. Buffering errors. Let me see. I thought there was some multi-node stuff here. What I want to see is multi-node support for Test Kitchen. There we go, Test Kitchen multi. This is a long-standing sort of problem or kind of interesting thing that we've seen with Test Kitchen. It's really nice to be able to. It would be nice to spin up a cluster, which we can't do right now because it's not designed to do that. But that's a really gnarly problem, and we've kind of, as a community, have been shuffling around the problem for many years. Maybe this first prize is enough to warrant your attention as a team.
Hey.
Interesting.
Okay.
And if I haven't decided upon what chef tool I would be using, how will the mentees be assigned to me? Yeah, go.
So we're not like assigning mentors. The mentors are assigned to a topic. So when you do decide, you would reach out to the topic that you do choose. And they'll make themselves available to you from there. Does that make sense, Rish?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I think that was a very interesting problem. So that's actually something good to try to solve. And look, you're giving a shameless plug because I think you're one of the judges, bro. You're one of the judges.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
So he's like, look, whoever solves this problem is going to get my vote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
I mean, there's a ton of really interesting ideas in the backlogs. So let me just go find Chef. I'm just going to share my screen again because I'm going to.
Should we put together a list of really good ideas that are in the backlog? Would that be helpful?
I think no, because I'm just going to save it for the stream because I'm cheating.
Oh, okay. Save it for the stream. Yeah, there you go. You got to tune in.
Let me see if I've got this. Do we have a label for? Usually there is like feature. Oh, produce builds for Windows 11 already. Lovely. Yeah, there's some interesting ideas in the backlog here. You might have come across one of these ideas and thought, you know what, I haven't got time for that right now, or I don't know how to complete that. This is where the mentors come in, and they can hopefully guide you in that direction to how like these are resources you need to go and finish this off, or these are the things we've tried, or as a community, these are the problems we've seen. This is why we haven't done this before, because it's super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you're just talking about just generically improving Chef or Chef Habitat, Chef always needs more more inbuilt resources because that's super cool. I've myself added a resource to Chef. It's actually pretty easy. I've got an echo again.
Uh-oh.
This is weird. I was trying to ignore it, but then Rish was like, "Yeah, there's an echo," and it stopped. Don't know what happened.
As soon as I muted, it stopped.
Yeah. Huh. So yeah, there's some really interesting ideas. So if you want to pick one of the platforms and just go and submit some really cool, I would suggest the meatier the pull request, the better, or the more value you can bring using the pull request, the better. The more likely you're going to see some of those top prizes. But if all you're looking for is submit a swag, then you can always do things like close off a small pull request for things like documentation, or I don't know, pick something like many I don't know. I don't want to say fixing typos, because fixing typos is what broke the Hacktoberfest last year, which is people submitted a pull request with like 2 lines change, which is just a typo fix, and those are they're not useful for anybody. They are kind of useful, but that's not what we're aiming at this year. Like we're trying to get their juicy ideas. And if you need some help getting ideas, then there's the hackathon room over in the Chef community Slack. Let me just go see. Pop this on here.
Yes, hackathon room. That's where we're answering the questions. Hey, is the echo better?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's gone away now.
Sweet. I know what it was now.
Oh, what was it?
So I've got I got an external monitor set up that also has a mic, not a microphone, but a speaker. And so that's it.
I'm guessing it's coming out of the Mac, both things.
Yep. Now it's coming out of the the Mac
Okay.
speakers. So yeah, it's not listening to something else.
So yeah, the hackathon room in Chef Slack is the place to be. If you don't know what you're going to do, and you have no ideas, or maybe you want to go and find a team, the best place to go and find a team is in the hackathon room, because there might be a bunch of other people who are great developers but don't have an idea, or you've got an idea but you need more headcount to finish that idea off.
Yep. Absolutely.
So yeah.
And also though, on the point of finding team members, there is, like, if you go in the participants tab, there you can filter. You can see all participants, and you can filter for looking for teammates as well, and reach out to people there. It would be great if they had their Slack names, because but you could probably just type people's name in, so that way you know who's looking. But definitely, Slack is a great resource, because everyone should be on Slack, but they're not, because I'm looking at it and it's 10 people in this hackathon room and 74 participants. So there, if you're looking for people, go to Dev Post as well, and Community Slack. Those are both good resources.
Don't even think I've signed up for hack. I haven't even signed up to DevPost yet, because I'm not submitting, so I don't need to. So I'm doing that now because I don't know when I've worked in tech. Oh my god, it's asking me how long I've worked in tech for. I have no idea.
Oh, right.
Like,
as forever an answer?
Like, just look at my hat. I'm like,
pretty much my whole work life. So
yeah, pretty much. Like, I had a paper round, and then I trained people in the NHS. That was an interesting one. So I came as a temp to work for the NHS on their patient administration system, I think it was, and they had an X-ray system, and their X-ray system was new. They needed to train people up on it, and I'd never used it before. So hence, this is why I do what I do now, is because it turns out I'm really good at training people on things I haven't done before. It's just fine. I've had many years of doing this, but there were like doctors and nurses and all kinds of people who would come in and try and use the software. I had one person who was like, "Do not train me. I will do this myself. Thank you very much." So sit here and click around for a minute. Excuse me, sir. Do you need a hand? No, I do not need a hand. Thank you very much. Get out of my face. That was an interesting first response. Seeing like Dr. God mode before. I've never seen that in person before. I'd always heard it, but first time I've seen it. Should I join the hackathon? No, I shouldn't. It's some
it's
really
like a
cool stuff
hyperlink
going on.
issue? Wait. Which
We've got
which
24 full stack developers. I'm going to assume that these full stack developers are not actually full stack developers.
Oh yeah.
Because
Are you in the participants tab?
I am indeed.
Yeah.
Ooh, the resources hyperlink.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out which the resources hyperlink where.
Oh, yeah, it works for me. So it's just the last tab
The tab?
on the, so it's like overview, my projects, participants, rules, project gallery, updates, discussions, and resources. So it's the last tab.
Okay.
Is it that one? So it is. It works for me.
It's working for me too.
In to-dos. So I don't see the to-dos.
To-dos are my project.
Oh, I really need a drink.
Requirement.
Yeah, so anyone looking for a team, there are already 20 people looking for teams. So yeah, if you
Yep, if you are looking for a team, go to that post and you should be able to find someone else. I mean, all these people
yeah.
can just form teams. Oh, there's even a designer.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Interesting. I'm very interested to see how this could work because, like, when I think DevOps, I think the opposite of design. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, not design, like visual design.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. The opposite.
Yeah.
Of
So Chef Run on that topic was like my favorite CLI tool. It needs a little bit of work at the moment because there's I think a Ruby 3 problem going on, but every time you get a command line error from Chef, it would instead of dumping you a stack trace, it would give you a Chef error. So Chef 004, 003, something like that, and you could just go copy and paste that error, or you get a full like really nicely printed error on the screen, and you could then go and debug using that error rather than the stack trace. And that was a really, really nice user experience. So that's kind of like, yes, I guess a UX designer rather than a UI designer. But the UI there is like, CLIs also have user interfaces. How do you design the Chef command line tool to be nice to use? Because turns out engineers like myself are really bad at designing stuff. This is where we have a designer. In fact, I'm pretty sure designers built us all, so it's
anything that can make a CLI tool more user friendly. Oh my gosh, I'm all for it because it can be intimidating to work in the command line. Like for me, it was coming from like in the beginning when I starting in the .NET background, like I didn't use the command line much at all. There were GUIs for everything, and when I finally did get into the command line, it just was very intimidating, and that it took me a long time to even start being able to, or even just gain the confidence, because
so it's just weird because I've spent a lot of my life in and out of Vim, not Emacs, never Emacs, and also not. So there's like command line text editors, which I'm going to mention now, and I think it's what's this? Nano. So everyone says use Nano if you're new to text editors. I genuinely can't exit Nano. It takes me so long to exit Nano, whereas I've been using Vim for so many years because it was my go-to thing, that I don't look anymore. It's all muscle memory again. I could learn a bunch more stuff to make me more efficient. But the things I'm doing, I'm just like opening lines and copying and pasting stuff. And I'm quite efficient at doing that. And going to Nano, and I'm like, how do I even walk around? Help! I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Help!
Right.
And I feel like a complete noob. So every time I open Nano, I'm like, this is supposed to be the easy one. How has this happened?
Well, then, yeah, that's true. Like, that is true. When you are having to switch from one tool to another,
Yeah.
it can feel like you're disabled. Kind of like when I switched from Android to iPhone, I felt handicapped.
So I think the thing that's going to stop me from switching to iPhone is the notifications. So I've got my iPad notifications, and I've got a UP security camera, and it was bombarding my iPad yesterday with notifications. And I was like, well, "This is a terrible experience." I went back to my phone, and I was like, "Oh, I've got notifications, but they've been bundled up, and it's really nice, and it's not nasty." That's the one thing that Android sorted over iPhone. There's a bunch of other things that iPhone's better at, but like that one thing is really like glaringly horrible. It's also why my other half doesn't have, like, notifications are basically not turned on for her. So pretty fun. Yeah.
Because they get annoying. And I mean, look, I'm not one of those people that are like iPhone or die, baby. Because I was Android. I was like team Android for so many years. I just got a free iPhone, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine. But yeah, I'm trying. The only thing now is that I have like the whole little kind of ecosystem. I got sucked in, like with the MacBook and the iPad and all that. And AirDrop is like, it's like mind blowing. Like,
yeah. So like having AirPods connected to my iPad is just lovely, and I've obviously got my Mac here, and things just kind of work. Although actually, I like my phone not being an iPhone.
Yeah.
Because the way I set up the way I set up that phone is the same. I've been setting up phones for like the last 5 years. Like the home screen is a bit weird, and it's like I know how to use my phone and no one else can.
Right.
The home screen is really weird. Like instead of swiping up to get the menu bar or whatever, was a button to get all the icons and stuff, I have to double tap in the background. But no one knows that until I tell them, and I was like try and find any application that's not on the home screen. And they're like, sorry, what? No.
Oh wow! So you got a tricky phone.
Yeah. It's, go on.
Wait, he asked, is the use of all chef products or tools mandatory? No, just one.
No, which is nice. So you, that would be I mean, you could use that. You could use all the chef tools, so you don't end up with Habitat packaging something that was built with Chef Infra and then inspect testing that binary. You could totally do that, but not necessary at all. You could also, you could just I really like the idea of having that bot running in Habitat, so I might do that at some point. Although part of my cluster is here, my Raspberry Pi cluster.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Look, they've come a long way.
Yeah. And here's the other one. This is I keep this on my desk because it's a Pi 0W, which is the wireless one. Let's see if I can.
Nice.
Let's have some light in it. Hello. Come on.
Yellow. Yep. There you go.
It's just tiny.
Wow.
Comparing that to the standard one, which is a bit bigger.
Like twice the size.
Hang on. I think it might be 4 times the size actually.
Wow.
It's mad. But the tiny one did have, until I think I broke it when it was in transport, had a little LCD screen on it, which is pretty sweet. Which is Pirate Audio, which is which.
Oh, it's got a screen. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it has
awesome.
a screen and a little speaker, which is pretty sweet. So I can see what's currently playing on there, which at the minute is nothing, obviously, because it's not powered up. But the idea was to have a white noise machine in my son's bedroom, powered by this Raspberry Pi. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got a week off. I'll just play with this. And then I realized that the speaker is not powerful enough to do anything with. So I'm like, nah, we'll just
buy a white noise machine.
I bought a white noise machine that was cheaper than all these parts put together. So but it was a nice project.
But it was so much less cool though.
It was way less cool. I was like, it's too easy. I just want to build it myself. It was fun building it myself, so that's cool. And it's kind of like that's the I think that's what we want to see. The mentality is hopefully all the stuff is you do isn't just for the money, isn't just for the prizes, but like you do. Oh dear.
Yeah, just to be innovative and
just have fun with it
and curious. Like I think that's really what we all engineers have in common. Like curiosity. What happens when I do this?
Be told to look at my camera. Oh my god, what is my son doing? He's just sitting there giggling to himself.
Oh, was it Zarima?
No. So my wife told me to go and look at our camera in my son's bedroom. So my son's got a floor bed now, and I've got a camera there to make sure he's not going crazy and ruining the room. But I'll actually cry with laughter. Actually, I need to turn off for a second. So there's a camera on him, so I can see from my phone or whatever. And he crawled out of bed, sat there for 5 minutes, and was like, "Huh." And then his mum came in and just started crawling around the room. It's very funny. I need to go and watch that. I need to watch that properly when the stream's over. It's him getting a floor bed now, so he hasn't got to crawl out of a cot, is quite nice. Because I guess if you woke up in a prison, how would you feel like that? Like, bars, and you're like, this is horrible. Like,
right.
Like, but all the like babies and cots are the done thing in the Western world. That's just a thing. But like, can you imagine waking up and going like, God, just get me out of here already. I can't go anywhere. Nothing's interesting. This is really boring. Like, I need to do something. Whereas he can just sit there and stare at the cameras and poke the cameras. I think it was poking the cameras.
Because he knows you're watching. He's like, hey.
He says the only light source in the room, so he always looks at them going, that is not the creepiest thing I've ever seen today. But it's the only light source in the room, so of course he's going to stare at it. But I was wondering for ages why he's staring at the camera. It's the only thing in the room that's got light on it. So yeah, you're like, of course it is. Right. On that baby-filled note, I think we'll call it a day. Does anyone else have any questions? We've got a few people still on the stream over on Twitch. But let me see who you are. A little tab. It's QBRD, Rish, and Sandra. So if you've got any more questions about that, apart from Test Kitchen being a scope, which we will definitely, I've already asked internally to double check. I think it's in scope. Now we've seen those rules, which is cool. I'm happy about that actually, because that tagging thing that I mentioned obviously earlier on, that's going to help make Test Kitchen nicer to use, easier to use. Grouping things together is always a useful feature, rather than having to individually pick things, which is good. And there's probably a ton of other things you can think of with Test Kitchen and Chef that you think, well, Chef Run doesn't do this thing, or I'd love it to do this thing, but we don't currently do this kind of thing, or targeted mode for Chef Run doesn't do what I want it to do. Well, then make it do that thing. Or Habitat, the Habitat ring doesn't do this thing, or there's not enough deployment modes for Habitat. So there's Habitat has a couple of deployment mechanisms. let's say the mechanism that you really like isn't on there, maybe do that, because that'll help a bunch of people. The deployment strategy is a really nice thing to do with Habitat. Let's say that your favorite one, which I can't think of right now. Let's go find out Habitat deployment strategies. Come on. And let's say you want to add one of those to it. That's that deployment. Service group update. Go on. So it's non-rolling and at once, so you can do the rolling thing. Or maybe you just want to do. So maybe you want to add support for canary builds in there, maybe that kind of stuff. That'd be pretty cool. That isn't a feature right now. That could be a thing you could add. And if you don't know if that's a thing you want to add, and you want to go and ask the mentors whether that's a thing you should be adding to Chef, or so to Habitat, then go and ask them. That's what they're there for. I want to go and do this. Is it worth doing this? Is it going to be too hard, too easy, and worth my time doing? And there's a kind of like DevOpsy things. If you want to, like, not all of Chef's tools are built on Ruby, so some of the CLI is built in Go these days. If you want to improve that, that's pretty sweet.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
So Chef CLI is getting built. It's actually getting transferred into Go from Ruby bit by bit, because it's a ton quicker. It used to be if you ran Chef -v in where you saw Chef Workstation, it goes out to all the tools and figure out what versions they are. That took a really long time on Windows, and it took it forever on Windows and less on Mac. Windows on Ruby on Windows is a bit slow. But now it's stupid quick on Mac. Let's see how quick it's now, because I think we've started moving things across. So. Yeah, so it now takes no time at all, basically, to do Chef -v and get all the version numbers back.
Wow.
That used to take probably 5 to 10 seconds for Ruby reasons.
Wow.
So stuff like that, like those kinds of improvements help everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's a bit going there. Obviously, obviously, it's not obvious to anyone else probably. Habitat is built in Rust, so if you like Rust, have a field day with that, because that's some really cool stuff there. And I think Automate is built in Go. I think it's I'm going to say Automate. Come on. Let me see. I'm just going to say Automate's built in. Where are we? I think it's built in. So there's, there we go. Yeah, I thought this was right. So there's 40% Go and 15% TypeScript. So if you like a bit of TypeScript, and the whole UI in Automate is built in TypeScript. So if you're a TypeScript person and you want to sort of improve layouts or how things work, then Automate's probably your go-to tool there. And if you've got let me go see. We've got a couple of people. I can go and have a look at your participants, because I noticed some participants who are not genuinely from the Chef community, and they don't usually have like this. Not people we'd normally see in the Chef community, which is really, really cool. And that's what we want to see. There we go. So we've got a bunch of Python people. So I can tell you that none of the tools are built on Python. So I'm very sorry about that. JavaScript. If you're okay with TypeScript, then you want to go towards Automate probably, if you want to submit some generic stuff there. Java, we don't have any Java stuff, I don't believe. HTML5, again, Automate with building that kind of stuff. And again, CSS3. C and C Sharp, I'm going to say we don't have any tools built in C and C Sharp. It might be parts of desktop, workstation maybe. And And that's probably it from the skill sets that I can see there. But I like the fact that most of our people are full stack back-end or front-end developers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of us as a DevOps and cloud person, so that split is something we've not really seen before. So generally the Chef community is all DevOps people using Chef Infra. That's how it's been the long time. And this is really the I guess one of the other points, the other reasons for running the hackathon is we really want to invigorate the community, get people talking, get people involved, and showing our thanks to all these people who are taking their time and even looking at the Chef products and going, yeah, well, actually I can do this with it. I can do this. I can make this, do a donation bot using, build and package that up and use Habitat. That would be pretty sweet. I think we can call it there for a day. Otherwise, I could keep talking for another, hour.
Well, look, we've been on for an hour and a half, and I think we've had some great things to talk about the entire time. So it was pretty cool. I'm excited to have the hackathon for that reason.
I think we'll do another drawing game again next time whilst we're talking, because that was
it
was very entertaining for me at least. Whilst we were waiting for the questions to come through, so there's no dead air, because I hate dead air. I also hate me doing the fill-in stuff, because I can fill in for an hour and a half, and then I've got really dry throats. But also, if we're on playing a game next time, and you've got questions, or you just want to come on and play the game with us, we'll do the same thing. We might not play Among Us. We'll probably play something a little bit more family friendly, as Among Us is obviously people going around stabbing each other in the back. That's not. We want to promote love and kindness.
Exactly.
That's what we're here for. Although Among Us is really hilarious. You get to see the treacherous side of people, which is always funny. But the quick round stuff is always nice. So if you've got any suggestions on games we could play on the next stream, drop us that information or the name of the game in the DevRel room. DevRel, one word, in the Chef community Slack, and we will play it. Hopefully with you. If you just want to watch us make fools of ourselves as per usual, then always tune in. That's always nice.
Tune in. Yeah, I think we have fun. We try to have fun on this.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm basically just stealing Trevor Hess's idea at this point, because Trevor mentioned to me the other day that we should just, he wants to come on at some point soon and start playing more interesting games, and rather than just talking about the Chef stuff all the time, just do a little bit of entertainment, because
that's a really good idea. I was actually thinking about that over the weekend, because I'm like, it doesn't always have to be technical all the time. It could just be, it could have some sprinkles of technical stuff in there, some sprinkles of just good old entertainment.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, next time I'm just going to draw the Habitat, because the Habitat is really, really cool. If anyone doesn't know the Habitat, I need to find it.
But we don't even use. Isn't the Habitat gone now?
Oh, it might be.
It sucks. I had to take it off of my presentation, my ChefConf presentation.
Oh, the Habitat was great. So it's the Habitat cat. Because I wonder if I've got it in Chef Community Slack. I do. Oh, it's such a tiny picture. Maybe we'll find the Habitat one day. But yeah, so next week it will be the Mentees.
And Trevor's going to be on next week, actually.
Oh yeah, so we're definitely going to play some games next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some chilling out and some good stuff next week. I think we've just got to start enjoying our streams more. But as always, if you've got questions, like not very specific, any questions about Chef products, and you want to see us demo those things, and we'll always do a stream on those kinds of stuff. So let's say you want to use Chef Run, I can do another demo on Chef Run and how I use that locally, and how I use Inspect. And there's compliance mode, which I haven't yet got working, but I'm going to be getting compliance mode working with my Kubernetes cluster. So how do I build my Kubernetes cluster and then make sure it's still with the compliance? And it's all using the that's the Chef info client with the compliance mode, and the compliance mode is uses inspec underneath the hood, which is really, really nice.
Sweet.
I personally have got a huge amount of value from that, so I want to share that awesomeness this year. That came with Chef Client 17.0. So that's, if you haven't used that, I'm gonna hopefully demo that really, really nicely, and we can talk around that and all the uses you can do that. So that will probably be my next stream once I've got that working. So it's either gonna be this Thursday or the Thursday after. We'll probably do that. And then what else have we got planned? Because
oh yeah.
Let me get my calendar up a second, because we've got.
Oh, I didn't even plug this, you guys. Well, we're gonna be on Twitch on tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow. No, it's on Thursday for Habitat Office Hours. So actually, we're gonna do Twitch and YouTube. So
that's cool.
Tune in.
What time are you doing? What time are you doing this stream? Because we've got the normal stream.
Yep,
at the same
it's gonna
time
be
Thursday.
Good question. Great question. 2:45 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Cool, because it's a few hours after our stream then, which is nice.
Yep.
Sweet. You get some time to like unwind after the stream.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know about you, but after the streams, I'm like, just gonna take a moment and like collapse on the floor somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
absolutely. Done. We're on the same page with that.
So I'm gonna. So we had Chef and Helm penciled in for Thursday. We're not doing that because I decided that my idea was terrible. But I'm going to figure out something else, because we did pluck ideas out of thin air.
Yeah, we did.
And there we go. That's going to fine. So if anyone wants to go and ask me questions whilst I'm trying to go through my stream ideas for Thursday.
Yep.
Tell you what I can do. I might on Thursday. So the Docker cookbook. I've got a PI for this right now. Oh, actually, I need to go fix something that PR actually. So chefs / Docker. Okay. Let's share my screen a second, and I'll show you a sneak peek for Thursday. So, we're not using custom resources in Docker at the moment. It's kind of a library pattern, and it's a necessary library pattern because we had a bunch of shared properties, and we didn't have what's called a partial. So I'll go through partials in a bit more detail on Thursday for custom resources, and I'll show you why this is cool. Well, cool if you're writing custom resources anyway. And let me see if I can date that. Get away.
Oh, cool.
So this is how the library used to be written. As you can see, it's really, really close to a custom resource here. All the right words, all the right things are all over the place. But like, what's this all about? Well, this is how you do. This is the kind of magic syntactic sugar that happens for you if you're not using custom resources, so if you're not using the resource pattern. And for libraries, they're just plain Ruby classes just loaded in. And this is how you make it a non-plain Ruby class. This is basically like knowing the inner workings of Chef. Well, if you don't want to do this, the way we're going to transfer them from the sort of the slightly gnarly, not quite working way to custom resources, which is this we want to see everywhere. And it's going to be quite a nice. We'll probably do a few PRs, or maybe we'll do one PR and make sure it works, and make sure we got some tests. So still go in spec and that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is me making sure unified mode's on. If you haven't seen that, I'll go through that as well, and then we'll go through using partials, which is quite nice. And the Docker one is really, really cool because we've got driver host options. No. That's a lie. That's a big fat lie.
Wow.
like obviously we require Docker everywhere and shell words everywhere, and the connection is always the same, I would actually bring this out to a library. That's a future stream, but never mind. Some retries, like these are things I would call out to libraries, but down here, API retries, read timeout, these are on every single resource. This is where partials come in. And I will talk about that again and why this is no longer the way to do things. In fact, there's a lot of nils there. Could probably get rid of those now. I'll talk through that resource and a bunch more of the Docker resources, because there's some really nice content in there. The Docker cookbook is quite popular, or probably should be quite popular, because if you're starting a machine or making sure a machine can run Docker, you'll want configuration management to configure Docker for you. And the Docker cookbook, which used to be owned by Chef, is now owned by sous chefs, is a, I wouldn't say gnarly cookbook. In fact, it's probably one of the less gnarly cookbooks now. I've read it a few times, but it looks gnarly from a first starter's perspective. Also, you'll notice there's quite a few issues on it. For a cookbook, that's pretty high. In fact, one of them is me. But there we go. Oh, change log weirdness.
Cool.
Really?
It doesn't seem like there's any more questions, Dan. It seems like
what's the other? No, there's not. Maybe someone fixed it. I didn't fix it. So I'll do that on Thursday. I'll do something with the Docker cookbook on Thursday instead. Sweet. Because that is the thing. However, if you're like, right, I don't care about that stuff, Dan, do this thing for me instead, go for it. Like, let me know what you want to see, or we can do that instead. But I've got a backlog of things I want to pull from. So if you don't tell me what you want, I will pick from my backlog of magic. This is cool.
Yeah, not the backlog of magic.
Yeah. But I'm going to stop talking and let you guys go. So thank you very much for joining us for an hour and 45 minutes. That was awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Until next time. Thank you very, very much.
Until next time. Talk to us on Hackathon channel, community Slack, or just in community Slack in general. DevRel room. We're on all of the rooms. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining, Reese.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thanks for asking all the questions. Really appreciate the questions. Otherwise, it would just be us talking for half an hour or 2 hours, which we can carry on doing. We can chat for ages. It's good. Right. Until next time. Bye.